sector. Subimos el trueno y ya. Más ahorita que están moviendo los carros.
In Afghanistan, 5 gunmen dressed as members of the Afghan security forces abducted 2 people, an American and an Australian. They were driving on a main road in Kabul near the American University of Afghanistan. They are believed to be university employees. So far, no group has claimed responsibility for the
Here at home, the murder of a jogger in Queens has left a community on edge as the hunt for her killer continues. 30-year-old Karina Vetrano was found strangled in a marshy area of Howard Beach last week. Tonight, area elected officials are hosting a public meeting in an effort to address community concerns. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson is in Howard Beach this afternoon with more. Kimberly?
Sandra, just a few minutes ago, we watched as Philip and Kathy Vetrano came here to the command center. They stopped and talked with detectives right back there. They stayed for a few minutes and then they drove away. That meeting tonight, it is at 7 o'clock at a nearby church. But the hard, very tedious work will continue out here until an arrest is made. Day 7 of the investigation into a murder that has rocked this tight-knit community in Howard Beach. Detectives are working around the clock to track down whoever killed Karina Vetrano. Late this morning, her parents once again met with detectives at the command post, no doubt getting briefed on where things stand. Karina's body was found inside Spring Creek Park Tuesday evening. Police say the suspect strangled, severely beat, and sexually assaulted the 30-year-old young woman. Her father, Philip, made the horrifying discovery. From the family home Sunday, the retired firefighter praised police for their work in this case.
Justice will be served, okay? That's why we have the PD. That's why we have God. Justice will be served.
Also speaking from her heart, Karina's mother, Kathy. She didn't mince words, sent a hair-raising message to the person or people who so violently, so ruthlessly, and with zero regard for life, snatched her daughter away.
I'm here to remind you, in case you don't already know, that now it's the whole entire world against you. My daughter was a big believer of karma. And as you could see, she's magical. The whole world knows she's magical. And I guarantee you, you will pay forever.
Now, tonight's meeting at 7 o'clock, it'll be at St. Helen's Catholic Church, not far from here on 83rd Street. We're told the NYPD will be there, folks from the U.S. Park Services, as well as several politicians. For now, we're live in Howard Beach. Kimberly Richardson, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Kimberly, thank you. Stay with Eyewitness News and ABC 7 NY for developments.
Next tonight, there are now 2 separate murder mysteries under investigation. Police are looking into the second death of a female jogger. A Google employee found dead in Massachusetts. This just days after a young woman was killed jogging in New York. ABC's Lindsay Davis with the new warning tonight.
Tonight, residents in Princeton, Massachusetts are on edge. Authorities are warning them to use an abundance of caution after discovering the body of 27-year-old Vanessa Marcotte, who disappeared while jogging on Sunday afternoon.
We have a young woman who appears to be a murder victim, and you can't be too careful right now.
Marcotte was visiting her mother in Massachusetts, but she lived in New York City, where she worked for Google. Around 1 p.m. Sunday, she went for a jog and never came back.
We do not know if this was a random act
Marcotte was found by a police canine unit in a wooded area half a mile away from her mother's house. She is the second New York resident to be killed in less than a week while going out for a jog in broad daylight. On Tuesday, Karina Vetrano's father found her body with police just off of a jogging trail. Karina's mother had this chilling message for her daughter's killer.
And I guarantee you, you will pay forever.
Authorities say there is nothing at this point connecting the Massachusetts case with the death of Karina Vetrano. They are urging people to jog in pairs and pay attention to their surroundings. David.
At least 40 people are dead after Tropical Storm Earl caused massive landslides, destroying hundreds of homes in eastern Mexico last weekend. Hardest hit was the poor rural town of Huachinango in the state of Puebla. In just one day, the town received a month's worth of rainfall.
The river overflowed and water crossed this way and swept everything along. We were over there and did not have time to do anything. We lost everything.
Across the state, at least 28 people perished in mudslides and flooding. The Mexican government set up shelters in affected areas. This one is housing 180 people, many who are now homeless. Maria Isabel Cortez is among those who lost homes. She says she and her 2 children barely escaped with their lives.
We were not able to save anything except for our children. Nobody warned us. It happened suddenly. In 5 minutes, the whole house was filled with mud. We only had time for us to get out. And when we leave this shelter, we won't have anywhere to go.
As Mexico deals with this storm on its eastern shores, the U.S. National Hurricane Center says another storm is heading towards Mexico's Baja Peninsula and the Pacific coast, possibly affecting the popular tourist area of Cabo San Lucas. It is expected to make landfall on Tuesday. Martin Markovitz, CCTV, Huachinango,
Yesterday,
Mexico.
After a report of a missing person was received by the Princeton Police contacted the Massachusetts State Police, and a search began off a heavily wooded area on Brook Station Road in Princeton, Massachusetts. The body of the missing person, Vanessa Marcotte, 27 years old, who was currently residing in New York City, was found by one of the Massachusetts State Police canine units assigned to the search. She was found at about 8:20 last evening. Her body was found about 1/2 mile from her mother's home in a wooded area. Miss Marcotte previously lived in Leominster, Massachusetts. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner has accepted the case, and an autopsy is being performed at this time. A preliminary review of the body has led the detectives to believe that this is a homicide investigation. State police detectives assigned to the Worcester County District Attorney's Office and the Princeton Police are still early in this investigation. It is still less than 24 hours since we believe the homicide occurred. And I must stress that we do not know if this was a random act. We are asking the residents of Princeton and the surrounding areas to use an abundance of caution. We are asking the public to be careful and to be vigilant. If you have seen anything or seen someone within the last 24 hours that is suspicious to you, we are asking you to report it to the Massachusetts State Police.
Number of non-travel related Zika infections in Florida rose today to 17. This time, the person is in Palm Beach County, about 75 miles north of the Miami Zika zone, but had traveled to Miami-Dade County. David Begnaud has the latest on the battle against the virus linked to birth defects.
There has been aerial spraying over the Zika zone at least 3 times now. With 17 locally transmitted Zika cases, the 1 square mile area of Wynwood was a near ghost town this weekend. 4 months into her pregnancy, Marie Vital Akle feared she had Zika. She started having flu-like symptoms. Today, she received some good news.
We did your test last week, and it was negative.
What was the reaction when you got it?
One less thing to worry about.
She says she's been taking precautions, including using bug spray anytime she's outside.
You understand how randomly it could have been you.
Absolutely. And in any situation, when you become pregnant, you just sort of have to accept that you're not in control. The one thing that you're in control of with Zika is you can prevent.
Vital Akle's obstetrician, Dr. Maria Lopez Beecham, worries some of her other patients are forgetting about prevention.
I think many people want to be tested, but you always wonder, but do you have a bug spray in your purse? So as you're going to get tested, do you have bug spray in your purse? And that's really what you have to focus on. The images have to be of these mosquitoes, the mosquito bites, because that's what you need to avoid.
Tonight in Palm Beach County, inspectors are in that area where the new case was detected, going door to door asking people for voluntary urine samples to see who else may have been infected. Charlie, the kids are about to go back to school here in Florida, and today the governor asked education leaders to start teaching students about Zika protection.
Thanks, David.